Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss the salt hydrolysis in ionic equilibrium. So, salt hydrolysis, as we know, how the salts will generate when acids mix with bases, we will get salt with water. And generally, this reaction we generally called as a neutralization reaction. When acid mixes with the bases, if we get salt along with water, this reaction we call it as what? Neutralization reaction. Let us write the same by using the chemical formulas. Acids I am representing with Ha. Ha. Why? Because they liberates H plus ions. The substances which liberates H plus ions in the aqueous solution called acids. Ha. And bases I am representing as MOH. So the substance which releases OH minus ions into the solution we call it as what? Bases. That is why I am writing MOH. So when we mix acids and bases, we get the salt like Ma along with water. So this reaction we call it as what? Neutralization reaction. So generally this is the salt. So this salt is having the cation M plus and the anion A minus. Now these salts, when they are in the solution, in aqueous solution, Ma will dissociate into, the salt Ma dissociate into the ions M plus ions and A minus ions in their aqueous solutions. The salts are usually dissociating into ions, that is M plus cations and A minus anions. They both are hydrated. The ions have been hydrated. After they becomes hydrated, so these ions may further react with water, gets hydrolyzed, okay, and the solution becomes either acidic, basic or neutral, and that process we call it as what? Salt hydrolysis. Okay, so this hydrated ions further reacts with the water. So for example, if the cations are further reacts with the water, what will happen? M plus ions will further react with the water. They generates MOH and they liberates H plus ions into the solution. Okay, if they liberates H plus ions into the solution, then the resulting solution becomes what? Acidic. So which ion is undergoing hydrolysis here? Cation. So this hydrolysis we call it as what? Cationic hydrolysis. So one point you should remember, if there was a cationic hydrolysis, they releases H plus ions into the solution, so the resulting solution becomes acidic. Suppose if anions gets hydrolyzed, if A minus gets hydrolyzed, if A minus ions are getting reacting with the water, they produces Ha and they liberates OH minus ions into the solution. So here which ion is getting hydrolyzed? Anions. So this hydrolysis we call it as what? Anionic hydrolysis. Anionic hydrolysis. If there was an anionic hydrolysis, they liberates OH minus ions into the solution. So the resulting solution is basic. Sometimes both cations and anions both gets hydrolyzed. So if both ions gets hydrolyzed, what will happen? Let us see. If M plus ion and A minus ion both are reacting with water and they produces MOH and HA, there was no H plus and OH minus ions. So the resulting solution may be neutral and sometimes acidic if Ka value of acid is greater than Kb, if it is acidic. If Ka value less than Kb, then that is basic. So after the salts gets dissociated into ions, that ions may further react with the water getting hydrolyzed and the resulting solution becomes, they undergo either cationic hydrolysis, anionic hydrolysis or both. Then the resulting solutions becomes either acidic, basic or neutral. Then this whole process we call it as what? Salt hydrolysis. So here I am writing the statement of salt hydrolysis. the cation or anion or both ions of salts, reacts with water so this process we call it as what? Hydrolysis. They react with water, resulting acidic or basic or neutral. So resulting solution becomes either acidic or basic or neutral. Then this process we call it as what? Salt hydrolysis. So final conclusion of this salt hydrolysis, if there was a cationic hydrolysis, they liberates H plus ions into the solution, resulting solution becomes acidic. If there was anionic hydrolysis, they liberates OH minus ions into the solution, the resulting solution becomes basic. If both cationic and anionic hydrolysis, okay, so it may be acidic, a basic or neutral. It depends upon Ka value and Kb value. Now let us discuss the hydrolysis, salt hydrolysis of strong acid strong bases, strong acid weak bases, weak acid strong bases, and weak acid weak bases, and how to calculate the pH of the solutions of that particular salt solutions. Okay, in detail, one by one. Salt hydrolysis of strong acids and strong bases. So let us take a few examples of salts which are from strong acid and strong bases. So that is NaCl, Na2SO4, and cesium iodide, K2SO4, NaNO3, etc. So these all are the salts which are formed by the strong acid and strong base. So let us take an example here. NaCl I am taking. How the NaCl will form, that is when HCl acid mixed with a NaOH, that is base, we are getting NaCl and water. NaCl and water, this is a salt, and this reaction we call it as what? Neutralization reaction. Now this NaCl, what we said, the salt will get dissociated into ions in its aqueous solution. So Na plus ions and Cl minus ions. Further, these ions further gets hydrolyzed. But one point you should remember, is it all the ions gets hydrolyzed? No. Only the stronger ions only can able to gets hydrolyzed. If the ions are weak, then they cannot able to get hydrolyzed. Let us see the Na plus ion and the Cl minus. Let us see the nature of this Na plus and the Cl minus ions. As we know, the Na plus ion is coming from base. It is an conjugate acid of base. The Na plus ion is a conjugate acid of base NaOH. Is this conjugate acid is strong or weak? As we know, the conjugate acids which are coming from strong bases are weaker. Okay, if the base is stronger, then its a conjugate acid is weak. So Na plus ion is a weak conjugate acid. Weak conjugate acid. Coming to Cl minus ion. Cl minus ion is coming from HCl. But HCl is a stronger acid. So the ion, the conjugate base which is coming from strong acid, is stronger acids also weak. So this is a weak conjugate base. Here both ions, that is the Na plus ion and the Cl minus ions, both ions are weaker. If both are weak, then they cannot undergo hydrolysis. So here there was no cationic hydrolysis, there was no anionic hydrolysis. So no cationic hydrolysis and anionic hydrolysis. If there was no cationic hydrolysis there was no liberation of H plus ions into the solution, no liberation. And if there was no anionic hydrolysis, there was no liberation of OH minus ions into the solution. So there was no change in the initial concentrations of H plus and OH minus ions. So the resulting solution is neutral. So this the salt hydrolysis, the solution which is made up with the salt which is a strong acid and a strong base is always be neutral. So the final conclusion is this solution, the resulting solution is neutral. Neutral. Okay, so there was no change. If the solution is neutral, then its pH value is what? 7. pH value is 7. So final conclusion of this, the salts which are made up with the strong acids and strong bases, in this case both the ions, cation and anions, they both are weak. If the ions are weaker, they cannot be undergo hydrolyzed. There was no cationic hydrolysis and anionic hydrolysis. So therefore no change in the concentrations of H plus ions and OH minus ions. So the solution becomes neutral, whose pH value was 7. Okay, and there was no litmus test. Okay, there was no change in the color of litmus test. Why? Because neutral, na? So for neutral there was no change in the color of litmus paper. So this is the first one. Let us we move to the second one. Salt hydrolysis of strong acid with weak bases. Strong acid with weak bases. Now coming to the strong acid and weak bases, examples for this kind of salts: strong acid and weak, NH4Cl, NH4Cl and NH4 twice, SO4, NH4NO3 and then ZnCl2, AlCl3, zinc chloride, etc. These all are what? The salts which are made up with a strong acid and weak base. For our convenience, I am taking a simple example. That is what? NH4Cl. As we know, NH4Cl is made up with, is formed by the mixing of HCl and ammonium hydroxide. Ammonium hydroxide. So that we are getting NH4Cl plus water. Okay, it's a salt made up with HCl and ammonium hydroxide. HCl is a strong acid and ammonium hydroxide is what? Weak base. Okay, so this is what salt formation. And I told you these salts further dissociated into ions. Let us see how the NH4Cl will dissociate. NH4Cl will dissociate into NH4 plus ions and Cl minus ions in their aqueous solutions. They have hydrated, and after they hydrated, they further hydrolyze. Okay, so this NH4 ion, and in order to undergo hydrolyze, first of all let us see the nature of these ions. Is this whether they are weak ions or strong ions? Let us check. NH4 ion is a conjugate acid coming from weak base. So the conjugate species which are coming from weaker, either acid or base, is always be strong. So NH4 plus ion is a strong conjugate acid. It's a strong conjugate acid. Whereas Cl minus is coming from HCl, but it's a stronger acid. So the conjugate species which is coming from stronger acids is always be weak. So it's a weak conjugate base. Weak conjugate base. I told you, in order to undergo hydrolyze, it should be strong. Among these two ions, which is stronger? Cation is stronger. So in this case, in the second case, which hydrolysis takes place? Cationic hydrolysis takes place. Cationic hydrolysis takes place. Let us see how the cationic hydrolysis takes place. NH4 plus ion, cation. This further reacts with water. And they produces NH4OH and they liberates H plus ion. I told you already, if there was a cationic hydrolysis, they furnishes H plus ions into the solution. Okay. And one more thing, this salt to hydrolysis, all types of salt to hydrolysis are reversible reactions. That is why I am drawing with a double-headed arrows. It's a reversible reaction. And this salt to hydrolysis is a quite reverse reaction of neutralization. What is neutralization? Acid plus base gives rise to salt plus water. Now salt reacts with the water and giving back either acid or bases. So it's a exactly reverse reaction of neutralization reaction. Now, and one more thing, the equilibrium constant, you know, for every reversible reactions we can write equilibrium constant formula. So the equilibrium constant of this salt hydrolysis we call it as what? Hydrolysis constant. So what is a KH here? KH is nothing but hydrolysis constant. So it is nothing but the equilibrium constant of salt hydrolysis. Yes, how to write the equilibrium constant or hydrolysis constant for the above reversible reaction? KH is equal to, as we know, it's the product of concentrations of products to the product of concentrations of reactants. Here KH is equal to, here what are the products? Ammonium hydroxide and H plus ions. So NH4OH concentration into H plus concentration divided by NH4 plus, here no need of plus ion, NH4 plus concentrations. And what about H2O? H2O is a pure liquid. For pure liquids, there was no need to consider the concentrations. So their concentration is always be unity. That's why I'm not representing the H2O in the next equation. KH is equal to NH4OH concentration into H plus concentration divided by NH4 plus concentration. You consider this is equation number 1. Once again, KH is nothing but the equilibrium constant of hydrolysis reaction. We represent it with KH. KH is equal to product concentration, product of concentrations by product of reactants concentration. So this is a KH value for the above reaction. Okay, next here which hydrolysis takes place? Cationic hydrolysis takes place. This is a cation and it's a base. So if it is taking NH4OH, base NH4OH, how the NH4OH will dissociate? NH4OH will dissociate into NH4 plus and OH minus ions. And write the Kb value for the above reaction. Kb is equal to, why? Because it's a weak electrolyte. So yeah, according to Osterwald's dilution law, it's applicable for only weak electrolyte. Here weak electrolyte is ammonium hydroxide. And ammonium hydroxide, they come to the equilibrium state. So their Kb value, Kb is equal to NH4 plus concentration into OH minus concentration divided by NH4OH concentration. You consider this is equation number 2. Equation number 1 and equation number 2. Next you multiply the equation number 1 with equation number 2. Let us multiplying equation number 1 with 2, that is KH into Kb. What will happen? Let us see. KH value is what? That is NH4OH concentration into H plus concentration divided by NH4 plus ion concentration. And Kb is what? Into NH4 plus ion concentration into OH minus concentration divided by NH4OH concentration. Now NH4OH, NH4OH, NH4 plus cancel. Finally KH into Kb is equal, what is remaining? H plus concentration into OH minus concentration. The product of H plus and OH minus concentration we call it as Kw, ionic product of water, that is equal to Kw. So KH into Kb is equal to Kw, then Kh is equal to Kw by Kb. So the hydrolysis constant is equal to Kw by Kb. It's a very, very important reaction. Now we know that how to calculate the pH of the solution. So if you wanted to calculate the pH as been according to Ostwald's dilution law, Ka is equal to C alpha square. What is here alpha? Alpha is nothing but degree of dissociation. In case of hydrolysis, we represent with the H, CH square. KH is equal to CH square. Here one new term, that is H. What is a H? H is nothing but degree of hydrolysis. Degree of hydrolysis. We represent with H, small h. What is the degree of hydrolysis? It's nothing but the total number of the number of moles of salts gets hydrolyzed out of the total number of moles of the salt. For example, if you have taken 100 moles of the salt, but out of 100 only 60 moles of salt only gets hydrolyzed, then what is the degree of hydrolysis? 60 by 100. So degree of hydrolysis is nothing but number of moles of salts gets hydrolyzed out of the total number of moles of the salt is called degree of hydrolysis. So we have a formula, H is equal to number of moles of salt hydrolyzed divided by the total number of moles of salt. Total number of moles of salt. So this is a degree of hydrolysis. So in the place of alpha we use the H here. KH is equal to CH square. From that degree of hydrolysis, that is H is nothing but square root of KH by C. H is equal to degree of hydrolysis, H is equal to square root of KH by C. So H square is equal to KH by C, H is equal to square root of KH by C. But KH is what? And one more formula in ionization of weak electrolytes, H plus concentration or OH minus concentration. Here into the solution which ions are liberating, H plus ions are liberating. So if they furnishes H plus ions into the solution, pH value less than 7, the solution becomes acidic. So H plus concentration is equal to, what is the formula? C alpha, that means CH, that is equal to C into H value square root of KH by C. If you bring C to within the root, it will become C square. C square will be cancelled. Finally, H plus concentration is equal to square root of KH into C. H plus concentration formula is equal to square root of KH into C. These are all I have written based upon Ostwald's dilution law. Don't be worried. If you have any doubt, just watch the previous video. There, sir explained clearly about how to calculate the H plus concentration, OH minus concentration, everything. Okay. Anyhow, H plus concentration is equal to final formula square root of KH into C. But KH value is equal to what? KW by KB. You substitute the KW by KB here. Finally, we get H plus concentration. From that, we can calculate the pH. Let us calculate the pH of the salt solution made up with a strong acid and weak base. So as we know, till now H plus concentration is equal to what? Square root of KH into C. Since KH is equal to KW by KB, substitute. H plus concentration is equal to square root of KW into C by KB. Okay, now you multiply, or else you can write this as KW into C by KB to the power of 1 by 2. Now you multiply both sides with minus log, negative log. So minus log of H plus concentration is equal to minus log of KW into C by KB to the power of 1 by 2. Now minus log of H plus is nothing but pH. What is the definition of pH? Negative logarithm of H plus concentration we call it as pH. So in the place of this, what I am writing, pH is equal to. Now minus here log A power m, m log A will come, so half will come previous, so half into minus log of KW minus log of C minus into minus plus log of Kb will come. Okay, pH is equal to half into minus log of Kw. It's nothing but pKw minus log C minus, here plus I am writing as minus of minus log Kb is nothing but pKb, so that is why I am writing as pKb only here, minus pKb will come. Then pH is equal to, now you apply half to all, half into pKw value 14, half of 14 7 will come, so 7 minus, you take minus as common, if you take minus as common, half into pKb plus half into log C. So this is a formula that we use, or else you can take half as common here, 7 minus half of pKb plus log C. So this is the equation we use to calculate pH of the solution. So once again, when we hydrolyze the salts made up with strong acids and strong bases, there cationic hydrolysis takes place. It furnishes H plus ions into the solution. So resulting solution was acidic, pH value less than 7, and KH value, KH is equal to Kw by Kb, and H, degree of hydrolysis, H is equal to square root of KH into C. Okay, then H is equal to square root of, H is equal to square root of KH by C, and H plus concentration is equal to square root of KH into C. Finally, if we calculate the pH is equal to 7 minus, remember that, minus, why? Because the resulting solution was acidic now. So in order to become acidic, pH should be less than 7. That is why 7 minus half of pKb plus half of log C. So this is the formula that we use to calculate the pH of the above solution. Next, let us discuss the salt hydrolysis of weak acid and strong base. So the next one, salt hydrolysis of weak acid and strong base. If you see the examples for this, that is CH3COO-Na is the best example, or else strong base NaF, and HF with the strong base NaFK, KF and Mg magnesium acetate, CH3COO twice, etc. So these all are the examples for the salts which are made up with weak acid and strong base. So here I am taking sodium acetate. How the sodium acetate will form? CH3COOH, weak acid with a strong base NaOH. It's a weak acid and it is a strong base. When we mix, we will get CH3COO-Na and water. This is a salt. Okay. Now it's a salt of weak acid and strong base, and this further dissociated into ions, that is CH3COO minus ion and Na plus ion in their aqueous solutions. Now check the nature of these ions. It is a conjugate base of weak acid. It's a conjugate base of weak acid. Conjugate base of weak acid is always be strong. So this is a strong, whereas here this is a conjugate acid of a strong base. So it's a weak. So it cannot be hydrolyzed, but it can hydrolyze. So which hydrolysis takes place here? Here anionic hydrolysis takes place. Here I am writing. So which hydrolysis? Anionic hydrolysis only. So the salts of weak acid strong base always undergoes anionic hydrolysis. So CH3COO minus undergo hydrolysis. So hydrolysis reaction is a reversible reaction, and they produces CH3COOH and they liberates OH minus ions into the solution. Because of liberation of OH minus ions, the solution was basic. If it is basic, its a pH value greater than 7. And what about the litmus test? It converts It converts red litmus to blue litmus. Whereas in the previous, blue litmus to red litmus. Whereas here, red litmus to blue litmus. Now coming to this. So they undergo which hydrolysis? Anionic hydrolysis, and furnishes OH minus ions into the solution. Now write the KH formula, KH value for the above equation. KH is equal to CH3 COOH concentration into OH minus concentration divided by CH3 COO minus concentration, equation number 1. Similarly, you write the here which is the weak electrolyte here, acid is the weak electrolyte. So write the equation for the weak acid, that is CH3COOH will dissociate into CH3COO minus plus H plus concentration. Write the Ka formula for this. Ka is equal to CH3COO minus concentration into H plus concentration divided by CH3COOH concentration. This is equation number 2. Now multiply equation number 1 and equation number 2. Multiply equation number 1 with equation number 2, that is what? KH into Ka is equal to CH3COOH concentration into OH minus concentration divided by CH3COO minus concentration into CH3COO minus concentration into H plus concentration divided by CH3COOH concentration. It will be cancelled. So finally, KH into Ka is equal to H plus concentration into OH minus concentration, that is Kw. From that, what we can write? KH is equal to Kw by Ka. In the second case, KH is equal to Kw by Kb, whereas in this third case, KH is equal to Kw by Ka will come. Next, according to Osterwald's equation, KH is equal to CH square. From the degree of hydrolysis, H is equal to square root of KH by C. And here there furnishes OH minus ions into the solution. So OH minus concentration is equal to what? Square root of KH into C. OH minus concentration is equal to square root of KH into C, where H plus concentration is equal to square root of KH into C. Here OH minus concentration is equal to square root of KH into C. Now KH value is equal to, what is the KH formula? Kw by K. Substitute that. OH minus concentration is equal to Kw into C by Ka. Now same, multiply both sides the negative log. So minus log of OH minus concentration is equal to minus log of Kw into C by Ka to the power of 1 by 2. Okay, finally, if you substitute minus log of OH means POH. POH is equal to, and last time we did minus log of Kw into C by Kb to the power of 1 by 2. What we got? That is 7 minus half into P Ka plus log C we got. Previous, same we did in the last. So 7 minus half into pKa plus log C. Now this is a POH value, but we need to calculate the pH value. As we know, pH plus POH is equal to 14. We know that. The sum of pH and POH is always be equal to 14. So from that, pH is equal to 14 minus POH. Now subtract this formula from the 14. Then pH is equal to 14 minus 7 minus half pKa plus half plus a minus half log C. Okay, then pH is equal to 14 minus 7 will come, minus into minus plus half pKa, minus into minus plus half log C. So this is the equation we use to calculate the pH of the third case, that is what weak acid strong base. So the final solution was a basic So the pH should be greater than 7. That is why 7 plus K. 7 plus half pKa plus half log C. So this is the salt hydrolysis of weak acid and strong base. Salt hydrolysis of weak acid and weak bases. If you see the examples of weak acids and weak bases, CH3COO NH4 is the best example, ammonium acetate. How the ammonium acetate will form? CH3COOH plus ammonium hydroxide, both will combine, both will react, and they produce CH3COO NH4 and H2, and this will dissociate into CH3COO minus and NH4 plus ion. So this is a weak acid and is a weak base. If you see the nature of these ions, this is an anion coming from weak acid, so it should be strong, and it is a cation coming from weak base, so it should be strong. Here both cation and anion both are stronger, so they both undergo hydrolysis. So here both cationic hydrolysis and anionic hydrolysis takes place. Both cationic hydrolysis and anionic hydrolysis takes place. If there was a cationic hydrolysis, that is what NH4 plus will react with water and they produces what NH4OH and they liberates H plus ions into the solution. If acetate ion CH3COO minus reacts with water, they liberates CH3COOH and OH minus ions into the solution. So here both H plus and OH minus ion both are releasing into the solution. So the nature of the solution may be acidic when H plus is greater than OH, and basic if H plus is less than OH, and neutral if both are equal. So in this case, in the fourth case, we cannot decide the pH of the resulting solution. We cannot decide the nature of the resulting solution. It may be acidic, basic or neutral. It depends upon the Ka value of acid and Kb value of bases. So if Ka is greater than Kb, the pH value was less than 7. If Ka less than Kb, then pH value is greater than 7. If Ka is equal to Kb, then pH value is equal to 7, neutral. Okay, next one, KH value. If you calculate the KH of the above solution, KH is equal to Kw by Ka into Kb. This is the one equation you should remember. KH is equal to Kw by Ka Kb, and H is equal to degree of hydrolysis is equal to square root of KH. And if we calculate the pH of the solution, pH is equal to 7 plus half pKa minus half pKb. By using this formula, you can calculate pH of the above solution. So this is the salt hydrolysis. All four categories of salts we discussed here. So in the next video, we discuss about the solubility and solubility product. Until then, take care. Bye.